one way, and your column is, say for example, die. Okay. Now, of course, we have we can replicate this. Okay, I'll put that one here. So design 2. Now I can say it's lateral force resisting system, MRSF, but this one I can say way, okay, two-way. And that one, because we did it already here, you can have what do you call this, spiral. Would that suffice? What do you think? What about the beams? Alright? I think for me it's okay. Anyway, this one is not the capstone design, where in capstone design this is not enough. Okay? You can have this like but in capstone design, this one is not enough. Okay? What I'm saying is that this one becomes design 2, no, design 3. Design 3, and that one becomes design 4. Then, because we are in capstone design, so meaning you have, I would say, a expanded way to determine, okay, to determine. And also notice that only here the material here is, I'm going to put that, okay, so you do not get confused. Material here is reinforced concrete only. Reinforced concrete, RC. So we're talking about reinforced concrete design. Now, if it's capstone design, now your material can be RC, can be steel, can be pre-stressed concrete. Now, for me, I'm okay with that. Okay, I'm okay with that. Okay, I'm okay with that. If you are more than eager to do a lot of things, you can do this one, but this one you can have this one as dual system. Okay, dual system. So dual system. Is that clear? Dual system. Then this one is dual system also, because in custom design, dual system, for example, you can also do that one here if you wish. If it's part of your trade-off. But what do we have in this course? Okay, what we have in this course is that we are more on this. How are we going to apply this in our design? How are we going to apply this in our design, and so on and so forth. So we have this one beams. We do this one in prelim. We do this one in midterm. We did this one in finals, and so on and so forth for this. So that's the only thing. Okay, you do not have to right away start on the design of the columns, of the beams, of the stuff. That is not the way, because you have not processed yet what is the entire structure. Okay, so you have to process this one first. Now this one is what we call analytical. This one is part of the analytical. Okay, this one is the part of the design. Okay, now I also have last time I have checked your. I have inputted your concerns, like you have difficulty in start. Okay, so I take that one into account. That's why it takes this number. I think people who are in the steel design, we presume that all the students have taken uh, custom early, and of course this course, reinforced concrete design, where we require, not required, because I think somebody asked me. I think it's him, uh, if he can do away with with um, with the design of, with the analysis of the frames without using. I think to me it's okay, no problem. Okay, I think it might be too conservative. Too conservative. For example, if you can get 267 kilonewton meter for the moment using digital, maybe you can be getting as bigger, because you do not consider the effect of the other frames coming together to the frame that you are um, analyzing. Okay, so I think you understand what I'm talking. Okay, you understand what I'm talking. Okay, let me. Okay, it's a just an example. Say for example, if this one is on your building. Okay, your building. This one is your building. This one is three-dimensional. You have your framing here. You have your framing there. That framing also connects here. Now, if you're going to do the moment distribution method, I think to me it's alright. But I think it's time consuming, because especially if uh, so you have to manually compute the weight of the dead loads here. Okay, so I think you also have to do this one manually. You have to do that one manually. So what I'm saying is that this is not what I meant for the number of bays. The minimum is 4. I think that's what I said. So why 4? Because the basic for using using two-way direct method is that it must have its 3. Okay? So we do not do the minimum. So we even go farther than that by having one more here. Okay, one more here. So to me, if some of you will not be using STAAD for that matter, to me it's alright. Okay, to me it's alright. But I just have to look at the way you do it also. Okay, I have to check that one also. So if you have some questions, please ask questions. If you have questions, you can ask questions. So I would say you still have a lot of time today until Friday. It's gonna be a review for you. So we will be taking similar problems like what we have. I would like. I'm just saying that I would like everyone to get through this course. Okay. I repeat, I would like everyone to get through this course. I will not be reinventing other type of quizzes similar to the one that I gave starting prelim to finals. Okay. Sorry. Okay. I think just similar. Anti-beams, doubly reinforced, those sorts. Okay. Now, it would be better if you can, just like what I did with you, it would be better if you can also create or develop for your own. Okay, I can give it to you, but no. Please, again, create your own method. Say, for example, if you are going to perform compute for one way, no, we start from beams. Tension only, how to resolve that. I think everybody got it, okay? So your PMM is equal to greater than or equal to M sum of MU, okay? M of U, which is the ultimate moment. I think the only thing that I notice is that when you have to check always, okay, you have to check whether the beam has shielded or not. Okay, so what does it mean? If you have your E sub y, okay, this is now a review, okay? We're now reviewing because our exam is on Tuesday. So as I've said, I'm going to give you, I think, 3 or 4 only. 3 or 4 only for the final exam. So I think I just have to consider as part, I will not be giving you quiz anymore, okay? I would like you to concentrate, focus on finishing your, if ever, okay, if ever you still want to do the revisions. Now, if not, I can just take whatever you have submitted to me, okay? And I said some of those, and almost 90, or a lot of those really are not okay. So that is the reason why I have given you time to do it, okay? And even have did not really say, okay, you're going to submit it right away today. Okay, so we have extended that one until Saturday. Okay, so we may not be meeting on Thursday, except that you are going to what's that? You are going to tell me for another review. Okay, maybe we can do another review. So I think we can easily just review. I think some of you also have done couple revisions. I repeat, um, in doing the design for first, when that is a singly support singly reinforced, you also have to check if the fee is 0.90. Okay, 0.90. Okay, 0.90. Can I see? So it might be one beam or 2 beams, then 1 or 2 columns, then uh, that's our exam, okay, final exam, and 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 what? And slab, okay. So for a while, huh? Okay. Review. Let us review our. This one can, I think, help you. Please ask questions. Now, do you have any questions? Any question in the manuscript preparation? Uh, Jose, are you with us? Jose, check your. There are 59 of us, and we have now 39. So I think we only have on the 38. Okay, so 38, 37. That includes me, meaning we have 19 students who are not with us anymore. So mean what? No. Amon said that there are 2 students, so 39. So meaning there are 30 students who are not theoretically who are not with us anymore. Okay, that's the range. Okay, that's the range. Okay, so that's us. That's the range. So meaning all the students are bound to repeat the course because they are not with us anymore. So meaning some of those have dropped already. But as I've said, if you are not, if you're not doing anything, anyway, you still have to pay it. You still have to pay the IPT. I think why not just go through the process and learn. That can be of help. Okay? That can be of help. Okay, let us check your assignment. Let me check. For a while. Just check your attendance. No, attendance is important because at the end, I'll check your grades and I'll check also your attendance. Now, if it can be really that it's not okay and you have a lot of absences, and maybe we did some, what we call that? I cannot guarantee yet. Maybe we do some, what kind of exam is that? When we cannot make it, then we do another exam. Bye-bye. Let us check the attendance first before we even have to discuss further and give some examples for beams, columns again, and slab. I think that can still fill up our time. Okay. So when I ask you, you just have to say present. Okay, I just call your name twice. Abad?
Present, sir.
Adorna? I think Adorna is not anymore with us. What happened to Adorna? Did anybody know what Adorna? Agbayani.
Sir, no po. Present po.
Okay. Agno.
Present.
Agno. Angel.
Present, sir.
Amon. Bakudio. Bakudio, I think is Bakudio still coming? I think Bakudio not anymore. Am I right? What happened to Bakudio? Anyway. Jerry.
Present po.
Bagyo. Jerry. And also Jerry, I think not oftentimes here. What happened? Barabat. Yun. Barabat. Barabat is not here. Batalon is... Anyway, it's okay. I noted that. Okay, I noted that he is sleeping. Bueno. Dahil?
Present po.
Okay.
Sir,
Yeah.
si Barabad po nag-chat dito sa public chat. Present daw.
Okay, thanks, Steve. Okay. Kyle, okay. Then this is last time that Castillo came is there. Castino is also not with us anymore. Yeah, I noticed him because they are oftentimes absent. Kai. Oming. Crisostomo.
Present po, sir.
Kriste.
Present po, sir.
Cruz.
Present po.
Studio.
Present po.
Lakanay. Wow, there are many of us.
Really, sir. Si
Yes.
Kay Anthony po. Nag-chat
Here?
po sa public chat. Yes, sir.
Thanks, kid. Thanks. Lakanay. Kyle.
Sir, present daw po siya. Sabi niya rin sa chat box.
Okay, next. Dangkalan.
Present po.
So how do we check your attendance? So I check your attendance twice. Okay. So 5 minutes before we end, I also check your attendance. So I just I just have it again. So if you're not there, so I did some partial points, not partial point, but partial attendance. Okay. De Luna. Ray. Miguel. Dulatre.
Present po.
Espanilla. here?
Present po, Sir Espanilla po.
Esplanilla.
Present.
Okay. What about Figalan? Did anybody know Figalan? Is Figalan still coming? No? Nobody from you? Hernandez.
Present, Sir.
Okay. EY? EY? Jose? Jose?
Present, Sir.
Lopez? Raymond?
Present po.
Malate?
Present,
Malate.
sir. Present po.
Okay. Manalastas? 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 Marquez? Andrew?
Sir, nag-present po si Nalastas.
Ah, okay. Thanks. Marquez? John? John? You just have to chat me if ever you still want to do something on Thursday. Okay? But anyway, so let us review then. Okay? Can you see my presentation? Can you see it? Is that clear to you? Do I need to make it so big? Is that clear? Okay. For example, this is the problem, okay? The problem is to, I think I have given this one. Anyway, you just tell me if I have given this one to you as part of the handout. But this was my final exam before. Say for example, if determine, okay, I'm not going to put the problem anymore. Let me see if you can make it even during the exam. So this one is 5.5 meters, and you have this one are given, okay, in the problem, but I put this one right away here. Kilonewton meter. Dead load is equal to 15.3 kilonewton meter. Okay, and F1 is given. So Fy is equal to 420. 420 megapascals. F prime C is equal to 28 megapascals, and this one is our required. How do you think we're going to do this? So if this is required. So of course we have to determine the load first. Determine the factor moment and compare it with just like this. Okay? Compare that one. Okay? If not okay, then you can say whether it's a one way, maybe it's singly reinforced or doubly reinforced. Okay, so let us do then. So hope we can have as many as, and I'll just have to be brief here, give you an idea, so that this was our last, I didn't know, it's 2020. Can you know this? So, so, determine the factor load. Okay, determine the factor load. Now, if you are doing the solution, I think if you anyway, I'm the one doing this one. Okay, maybe for you, you just have to make it linear through here. What I'm saying is that the way you present so that I can understand. You just don't put anything there without prior, say for example, assumption. Okay, so you don't do that. Okay, or else we do not consider because for the first thing is that we do not understand how did you get that. For example, what could be the example here? Is that if oh, say for example here, if I have not if I have not given you any there, maybe you can put something. You can put a just an assumption. Just an assumption. You need to do that, or else you will not be able to process the calculation. Okay? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Anybody?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm just so determine the factor load because we are going to use that one in the determination of the of the area of steel. So you have your determine the factor moment. So you have your mu. Of course, that is mu. Okay. By now, I think you have an absolute understanding of what is an m sub n and m sub u. We need to truly understand that because these are two important matters that sometimes you know can make you can make you confused. Okay, confused of understanding later how we deal with the field. We deal with the field. So L squared for me, then you have of course that's 1.2 of WD WD plus 1.6 of live load divided by 8. 1.2, then 15.3 plus 1.6 multiplied by 3, 36, then divided by 8. So you will have your mu there equals to 287. Okay? 287.22. Okay? kilonewton meter. Just write it while writing. Just pay attention, and if you have questions in other, okay, it might not be here, but others. So we can do that one as our review. Okay. Number 2, perhaps you can say solve for AS. Solve for AS now. Okay. So assume is this okay? If I'm going to say assume A is equal to 100. This is actually one way to do this, and you can basically just have like this in right way because we have Mn is equal to Mu. Okay, that one Mu and Mn. Okay, Mn. This is from our material. Is that right? So you have your T is equal to C. Alright, and your P is equal to AS Y. I'm just deriving something for you. And this one is 0.85 F prime C A B. And you can compute for A is equal to AS Fy, then 0.85 Franc B. So you can also do that one from that angle. Now let us do if this one is alright. Okay. So let me say we're going to assume 1a is equal to 100. Now what is this? Okay, this is one thing also that I hope you truly understand by now. I think this is okay. The solution may be quite not quite no, quite I think just okay. Okay, and that um, say for example, this is our okay, that's our beam, and I hope you oh sandali lang. I know why is this so. This, okay, that one is confusing me. That's from Grammarly. Okay, so review. So we take where is the neutral axis, and okay. So I just want to review there because when you know that when you know this, I think everything is just. And another one is that you have something like this, and you have this. Okay, so you also have this here. Oops. Okay, and also you have that one there. Now why is this important? Okay, this one is important because that could be the reason why you cannot do this one in our manuscript. So this one is your, say for example, this one is your JD for example, or you can say that this one is Y or whatever. Okay, this one is usually your C. Okay, that was your C. This one is your A. This one is your 0. I think the Grammarly is there again. 0.85 F prime C. Okay. Now A, and this one is your B. That's why you have this one here. Okay. Now where is that moment? Okay, that moment is that one. Okay. That's your F sub n, and that is equal here also. Is that right? So that's why, or I think our convention there is say. That's our convention, say. So that's why we usually say Mn is equal to E, say, then also equal to if this one, if you're taking summation of moment here, and you say it's like that. So that's why we say, and this is how we got it. Okay? Just for your review, okay? Just for your review. Alright, so what we can, okay. Alright, so I'll repeat that this problem is determine the AS when this is your beam loaded with this, and this is your span, and given with these material properties, determine AS. Okay, that's our problem. Okay, so that we have a friends. So if that is the case, okay, let me redo it. Assume A is equal to 100 mm. Okay, and B, of course, P, let us say that this one is a tactile beam. So you have 0.90. Okay, you have 0.90, and next is that you have to determine the D. Okay, what is the D? Now notice that what if I have not given the D? Okay, I think I need to put this one first as part of the as part of the problem. Okay, as part of the problem, okay, I will say that one is D is equal to 450. Part of the problem, okay, part of the problem. D is equal to 450, and this one is, and the overall the overall height of the beam is equal to 5 what's it's 500. But this one is not even, okay? But we usually say an assumption here equal to 65. So that denotes, because we do not know yet how much is this. This one is still in process. Okay, but using 65 mm from here, that includes also that 65 usually that includes the concrete cover, the one half of this, that one that you are currently determining. Okay, that is wire diameter plus, of course, the stirrup or ties. And you have to say that that is 10 mm. And that 10 mm, okay, that 10 mm is only up to 30. Okay, what if that is 32? You are using 32 mm bars. So you will be using 12 mm. Okay? So these are the things that I think you have to review. And these are, I would say, specifications, part of the code that when a particular diameter is greater than what type of what diameter of ties that we're going to use. Stirrup, okay, stirrup. We usually call this one as stirrup. Okay, stirrup. Okay, stirrup. Okay, stirrup. So B will now be 500 minus 50. Sorry, 500 minus 65. B is equal to 500. Okay, before I forget, please don't submit to me JPEG. Okay, please make it PDF. It's very hard to check the paper. Okay, very hard to check the paper because when I have to check it, the JPEG should be constrained back to its original size, or I may not be able to scribble anything. Okay, so 500 minus 65. You should submit to me your solution in PDF, okay, not any other. So this one is 435 mm. Okay, then can we do now the AS? AS is equal to MU all over T Fy D minus A halves. Okay, where is that coming from? A halves, because this one is A. That one is A. Okay. That one is A, so that one is A, that one is A over 2. So I'm just reviewing you. So that's how we got it. Okay. Oh, I can hardly write because of this. That's uh, that's Grammarly, checking grammars. Okay, you can use Grammarly also. So AS is equal to 287. Okay, is that 287? Okay, 287.22. 287.22. Okay, 287.22 divided by multiplied by 1000. Okay, then divided by, of course, we initiated. Now, sometimes you just put directly here 0.90. I don't consider it. Okay, because you have to assume it, meaning then yung D natin ay 435 minus A. Yung A, inassume natin, diba? Divided by 2. So how is that? So you have 1973.61 mm squared. Ito, huwag ninyong kalimutan ito notice na ito ay kilonewton meter. Kilonewton meter to. Baka mamaya pag 1,000 lang ilagay mo dito, mamanian kita dito, di ba? Kasi hindi dapat. Kasi ito ang kilonewton meter, ito mm, dalawang mm yan. Dapat ibig sabihin, ito ay magiging, in-newton mo to. Ito ay gagawin mong mm. So, magiging like that. Okay? So, yun yung ano natin, no? Yan yung paggawa, no? Yun yung paggawa ng solution para hindi mo makakalimutan. So ito kilonewton, you always have to check reconciliation. Okay? Reconciliation of units. It's one way to check your solution whether you are correct or not. So let us try, kunwari try natin 32 mm. Try natin 32 mm bars. Then, yung AS niya, 832. Nakakalap ko kanina na kung pag-slap. 32 is equal to 804.25 mm squared. Okay? So, ngayon, you need to know okay, so yung number niya, hindi ko na susulat. Sulat na lang natin. That one, 1973.61 divided by 804.25 is equal to 2.45 pieces. Pag ito yung gagamitin mo, then you can say say 3, no? Say 3 pieces. Then actual AS is equal to, i-multiply mo lang to dito. So when you multiply that, it's equal to 832 multiplied by 3 is equal to 2412.75 mm squared. Okay? Now check the assume A. Okay, check. Check. Why? Check the assume A. Okay? Of course, you have to check because we assumed it earlier. Okay? Check the assume A. Okay, so A is equal to 2412.75. 2412. Then divide by yung nilagay ko kanina, no? Na equation ng A. Ito yun, yung A. Ito gagamitin mo. Is that it? Ito. So, ito, no? Yan, okay. So, 2412 divided by, okay, 2412 divided by 0.85 multiplied by 28, that's the fancy, multiplied by 200, what should that be? Okay, A, B, should, B is 250, okay? How much is my B? It's 250, sorry, it's not 450, okay? This one should be 250. That's why earlier, notice that earlier I said that it's almost a square. So when I say it's almost a square, it's like a column. Okay, it's like a column. So I think the right thing here is, so this one is 250 mm. All right. So let's go back then here. Let's go back here. So that is 250. Okay, that's 250. That is 250. Then you still have to multiply it with Fy, okay, because A is Fy. Then that is equal to 170.31 mm greater than 100. So it's not okay. Is that okay? So it's quite large. Okay, it's 70. Maybe we can try another. Okay. Can you try? Okay. Try. Okay. Try 830. Okay, 830 for example. If this one will do. Okay, then this one will do. Okay. This one is the process that I'm showing to you. That I think you can learn something. Okay, so 706.858. 858, then actual AS, oh, actual AS is equal to, okay, I think you know already how to do that. I just have to go directly, 0.58 mm squared. So AS is just equal to 830 multiplied by, okay, by number multiplied by the 830. So check the issue again. Okay, check the issue. Now, why I did this one with you, because this one can help develop the process. Okay, check the issue A again. Okay, is equal to, okay, the same computation, that is equal to 149.69 mm, still greater than 100 mm. Okay, now try 828. Okay, try 828. 828 is equal to 617.75 mm squared. Now, this one can be a sort of things that you can do in our supposedly manuscript, where you are going to design what you have in Istaan. Okay, and this one is a process where you can say, am I going to use 30 millimeter rebar? Am I going to use 19 millimeter? Am I going to use whatever millimeter is that, or whatever diameter is that? So actual AS is equal to 600. Okay, no, 1847. Actual AS is equal to 1847 1847.26 m squared. Do not forget, okay, do not forget to put the units, okay? But notice, okay, notice that when you do this, okay, when you do this, it becomes less than AS required. Okay? When you do this, it becomes less than. Okay? So then are we going to use? Therefore, use 30 mm. 30 mm is equal to AS is equal to 2120.58 mm squared. Okay? Now, I would like to please, when you do that, please box it. Okay? Please box that. Now, the next thing that you have to do, it's not enough, okay? It's not enough that you have provided this, but you need to check the moment capacity of this. Okay, moment capacity. Okay, moment capacity. What is moment capacity? Anybody? Anybody? Just a guess. What is the moment capacity now of the beam? Anybody would like to interfere? Like to participate? So check moment capacity. So the moment capacity is this. As we have said earlier, this is your moment capacity. Alright? That one. Okay? That's your moment capacity. So we solve the moment capacity. It's equal to AS. That's why if you are taking summation of moment with respect to the compression part, so that is T minus A halves, okay? That is the left per arc. So T minus A halves. So when you substitute that, okay, let us substitute. Okay, let us substitute then. So our AS is equal to 2120.58 mm squared. Multiplied by 420, that is Newton mm squared. And also you have your D is equal to 435 minus A, which is 149.69. Okay, where is that coming from? That is when you use 30 mm, is that correct? Here, okay. That is when you use, okay. Okay, that's when you use. So, divided by 2 times 110 to the negative 6. So what is our Mn? Our Mn now is equal to 320.77 kilonewton meter. So Pmn, this is our design moment where you have to include the reduction factor. Okay, Pmn is equal to, okay, since we say it's 0.90, then we say 0.90 multiplied by 320.77, we come up with 287.22 22 kilonewton meter. So is that okay? Is that okay? It's okay. That's 288. I'm sorry. That's it's wrong. Not the answer. Okay. That that's our original one. Okay. That is equal to 288.69 kilonewton meter. Barely, barely, barely okay, no, barely or enough to compensate to satisfy this one. Okay? So this one is okay. So that's the process. So again, you just don't. Uh, you can be just correct here, but maybe you can just get the 1/3 of the entire 100 points. Okay. Okay. For example, if that one is 50%, so you just get a third of that. That depends on how much more is required to check the section, okay, the beam section. So you check the net tensile strength. Okay, this is what I think this is where I notice that some of you may not be too familiar. It may not be too familiar. So let us say check the net tensile strength. So you can imagine that there are a lot of uh, problem variations. Okay, problem variations. And today, as a review, we only just doing one, but somehow it can help through your review, starting from the prelim to the finals. Okay. I bet you would like to start now doing your review. Even I know that it's online and you can have a lot of those resources. But even though you may not have enough time, okay, you may not have enough time if only during those times that we're going to do the review, because the time can be just 3 hours, so it's not enough. Okay, it's not enough, and as I've said, you can do now. You can do now your review, so that you can also um, schedule your other courses for the final exams. So validate, check the net tensile strain to validate. What are we trying to validate? To validate the selection of T is equal to 0.90. Okay, because we just say it. Okay, we just say that it's going to be a ductile, it's going to be a tension control. Okay, but we do not have the basis. So let us then do something like this. I think you are familiar with this. B1 is equal to C, and your B1 and B sub 1, delta sub 1 has something to do with it's 0.85 normally, or that you can also adjust that one when your megapascals or your F prime C is greater than, is that 28 megapascals. Okay, so 28 megapascals. So we can have the C here because that's what we need. Okay, that is what we need. So here you can say C is equal to A divided by B1. So when you do that, you have your 149.69 divided by 0.85 C now is equal to 176.11 mm. Okay? Then you have your C. This is a long process, okay, but you can learn a lot from this and doing other more, okay? Doing other more. Okay, so C over D, we can use this. Okay, C over D. I think let's check. We did this. 176.1 divided by 1435. Okay, that's 11. Is equal to 0.40. Okay. We check this one in our it's 0.375. 375, and that is of the greater than 0.005. So please check this one with something like that. How does it look like where you have your strain? Okay, so compute. Alright. Compute. Can you follow? Any question? Any question? Can you follow? Anybody? Can you follow our example? So our example is that you need to determine the isomers. But as I've said, all of those numbers that we have here is or are assumed. So say for example, if you are saying that the beam will take a ductile form of behavior, or it will become tension controlled, we do not have the basis. And so computationally, this is what we are doing. Okay? Can you follow? Can you follow? Anybody? Can you follow our discussion? Nobody? I think, are you still listening with me? Are you still listening?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, or else, if not, maybe I'm just opening my review, or you want it done by yourself. To me, it's all right. I have plenty. You can see these are all problems. Okay, I'm going to show it to you. These are all problems that I have given since 2019. I have not. I'm not the one doing this one before. There are two persons doing this. So I compile all my problems that I give to the students. So this is basically the one of final exams during 2019. The final exams during 2019. Okay, so it can be like that, or that's this what I'm saying here is one one of the ways uh, you can do this. Okay, you can do this. Now I have another notice that okay. I'll just finish up to that point, okay? Then, because it's quite, this is a long one, okay? This is a long process. Um, compute the net corresponding, compute the corresponding net, okay? I'll just put it for the benefit of others who are really listening, okay? Compute for the corresponding, compute for the corresponding net tensile strain. Okay, net tensile strain. And I'm going to give you another solution to that. I think this one, we can be okay. We can be okay until, okay, I think we can do this one in 1 hour or half minute. But you know, if I'm the one solving it and discussing it to other students, it goes beyond our time if you are the one doing it and you want to be so fast doing the solution because it's time pressured. But here, at the same time, I am discussing with you. Okay, I am discussing with you. And later, same problem, I'm going to use another formulation. Okay. Now, this one is an example um, is a walkthrough of the process for for the determination of the fee while you are done doing the case of S. It's not yet final. It might be that the M sub n later on will change because the strain is not compatible or is not applicable. So in that process, okay, in that process. So compute for the corresponding net tensile strain, okay, net tensile strain of of this, okay, of this, okay, when we choose A is equal to 149.69. Okay. Now let's just do then for that to give you an example. And later we do another thing. Okay, we do another thing. Okay, compute the net tensile strain. So again, I do not have to derive this. I just have to do it's D minus C divided by C. Is our C, how much is our C? Okay, that's right. Then we usually use this. Normally, we usually use this. So then that is equal to points multiplied by 0.00 sub B. That is basically your E sub U. Okay? E sub U, that is your strain at the compression of fiber of the concrete. Okay? Now that is equal to 0.007. 0.0027. Okay? 27. And solve for phi now. Let us solve for the phi. Okay? Solve for phi. Solve for phi. So phi is equal to, we have the formula for that, 0.65, which is the threshold value when that is compression controlled, plus, okay, plus, this is a formula, okay, 0.002, then divided by 3. So 0.65 plus E sub T 0.0027 minus 0.0002, then 250 divided by 3. Then P is equal to yeah, I give this one as the final exam. Then the PMN now becomes 320.72. Okay. Then that okay, PMN is equal to 2. Okay. PMN is equal to 2227. Okay. I'll be like this. I go to the answer right away. I think this is the one that hampers me to write. Okay, so PMN now is equal to 320.77.71 times is equal to 227.75 kilonewton meter is less than 287.72 kilonewton meter. So I mean this is not okay. So your answer then is not correct. Your AS earlier is not correct. Okay, because we just assume 0.90. Is that right? We just assume 0.90. And so when we assume 0.90, then it's a lot, it's not a lot, but it's critically just equal to 288, 287. So it's just 288. So you can see this. It's just barely above 287. So now you are not yet done because you need to know whether the fee that you assume is 0.90. So it might be that you are thinking, I think I'm correct. I think I'm correct. So it could be that when I ask you, do you know that after you did the computation or the solution to the problem, are you confident? Of course, you do not confident if you didn't know, because you did not know what's going to happen. But if indeed you know what's the process of reinforced concrete design, is that when you simply just have to say, okay, 0.90, and then when it's 0.90, it's just an assumption. So meaning we say that it's tension controlled, it's not tight, it's not brittle failure. From your mind, it's already all right. From your mind, it's already all right, but it's not yet. So this is the process that I'm telling you how to do that. Okay? So it's not okay. So the process is that you try now 332. Now you can see, okay? You can see. I just would like you to see the perspective, to see the landscape of the design. So you have something like that. Okay, you have something like that, for example, as your initial. That's why I've said, oh, you know, I cannot write because the AI of Grammarly is taking the time to analyze all my writings. Okay.
Uy, wala ending.
Here where.
Lai.
Okay. So when that one is 250,
Wala ending
for
next
example,
week
you
pa.
got it
PBA
from,
ba?
that is
Next
your
week pa.
initial.
Oo.
That is your initial.
So ikaw parang nawala ka.
This one is 500. That is your
Pakita ko
initial
sa'yo.
from start, because you cannot model, you cannot process the start. You do not have the model. So you have to model. What could be the dimensions of the beam at the second floor? You did not know that. So you can make suntoks of one. Okay, you can say, pwede mong lakihan. Sabihin mo 600 by 300. Ang ganon, diba? You can say, because start increases, you might say 500 by 250. Okay? And the star truly enough will put all the results there.
January 10 pa yata, January 11.
Kakain talaga Sabado at Linggo.
One of the
Sabi na nga ako eh.
star
Pero naano ko na rin yan kasi bumibili nga ako ba yung dyaryo.
The required reinforcement is not enough for the current section. Okay, say for example 250, 500. The actual supposedly raw is not enough. So in that case, if you are already adept or if you are already familiar to using STAAD, then you know how to debug STAAD. Okay, so I'm sharing with you how to do that. So it's one way. So you have to check the result of result printed by STAAD. Okay, so it can be in a PDF first, but because there are thousands or 3,000 or 50,000, so that depends on how many stories you have and how many sections you consider in the design of the beam. So it can reach as much as 100,000 pages. So it's hard to debug, okay, especially if you are a newbie to the software. And this is what I'm saying to you right now. The one that I'm showing to you is the process, computational process, okay, that you might be looking at as an example, as as a way to check your uh, uh, design, okay, design using softwares, okay, using softwares. So you can actually you can also do an Excel for this. You can also do an Excel for that, okay, for a while. Okay. If we are going, um, I'm going to process this one for you. Okay. I hope for those who are still here, it's okay. There are only 36 of you. That's fine. That's fine. So we are removed by 23 students already. Okay, so let's do that, okay? Let us do that kung saan siya pupunta, hanggang saan dito pupunta, okay? So, then, so not okay. I said not okay. So you try now, no? You try now. Now, actually, I can just deliberately go to the answer right away. But if I go to the right answer right away, you may have missed missed the steps. That is truly the design step. Okay. Now, if we go directly to the answer, I think it's fine. But you can see it's just those are straightforward calculations that our books will say. Okay, you do the intervening procedures calculations, and these are the ones. Okay, you do not have this one basically in the book, so I just process this one for you, so that eventually you may say, is this I think I have to disable this for a while. Okay. Okay. So I may try. Okay, I may try. Try 332 now. Okay, earlier we have negated this because as far as economy is concerned, of course 32 mm is pricey as compared to 30. Okay, and AS, I'll just write AS is equal to 2412. We did all this one already. 0.74 mm, and that m sub n is equal to, again, how much is that? Okay, I think I have to right away go to the A. Okay, that's 170.31 and m sub n. In my notes, this I made them still with the equations, but the equations are there already at the top. Now, why I'm doing this? Because I just want to, practice and practice and practice and practice. Although I know the equations. Okay, the m sub n here, 354. Let's just put them here. 354.52 kilonewton meter. Now, you compute for C again. So it's 170.31 mm. Then C over D is equal to 0.460, greater than 0.375. So you go through the same process. Okay, go through the same process. Okay, go through the same process. Actually, this example is between singlet and towards compression. Compression or doubly reinforced. Okay, doubly reinforced. Okay, so there. So E sub T, you know already. I'll just put right away the 0.0035, and this one is equal to 0.775. Maybe you can say approximately 0.78. Okay, then your Mn is equal to Mn now is equal to 276. 276 kilonewton meter. Pero, mababa pa rin eh. 287. So, try again for 32. And that when you do that, okay, doing the same process, okay, doing the same process, okay, this is why I choose this one. I do not know if you have the tenacity to do these things. I never know. Okay, I never know. So what I'm saying is that I do not know if you go through this process. So um, that process is a way to for um, manual calculations supposedly manual calculations. Okay, so when you try 432, the PMN here, okay, the intervening process, please do it. Okay, if you do that, the PMN here is still equal to 282.321, less than 287 point what is that, 287.22 kilonewton meter. So this one is not okay. Not okay. So when this one happened, okay, when this one happens, what is the correct answer? So this one is wrong. Your first answer that you think is correct, this answer, that answer is not correct. Okay? Is not correct. So what is then is the correct answer? So the correct answer here is not yet done. Okay? So the what you are going to do then is to say that you need to put compression reinforcement. Okay, one of the processes, okay, one of the methods, okay, one of the methods. I'll teach you another one. Still, we have time. So you now proceed to doing doubly reinforced things. Okay. So your answer earlier is not correct. So you will get 0 for that because first how do I check your paper? This is how I check your paper. I think Ruth Salino is still here. Ruth is asking if I can give something starting from 50 to Ruth is not anymore with us. Okay. Um, okay, it's good. Okay, so I did not give what they call this one points, especially if your answer is wrong. Okay, but if I know that the process is somehow alright, I give something 5, 10. That depends. Okay, that depends because if you do not share, if you think your answer is correct and you do not share it, and even if you share it, I do not know how it's going to be. But I just check first your answer. That's how I check your work. Okay, so I check your work. First is that I have an answer. I check your work, and then from there, I'm going to check your. If you got it, I'm going to check now, verify how did you get that. Now, if your solution is correct, if your solution is wrong, and your answer is wrong, I said right away you are 0. That's how I check. Okay, I hope you understand that. Okay, so there are no points. Okay, there are no points because basically your solution is correct. Your solution is wrong. So that's the reason why we also really ask for the solution because we want to check whether you know it or not. Now I check in our licensure exam that some of our students, 99%, because we did not make it in the licensure exam, national passing percentage, a lot of them is not okay in the design. 99%, 99% of that number. So if that is the case, what happened? And some of those I don't know yet because I do not know yet. I don't know that they were not my students. Okay, so um, I have talked to our faculty members about this matter to help, okay, to help our students, especially in the design. And also, design is a very important part, and it's 35 points, 35% in the licensure exam, 35% in I think, um, mathematics and others, in part of that is 25%. So you can imagine, if some, of course, this one will not be taken, okay, in the licensure exam, but but when you know this, your understanding of design is truly comprehensive already, because you cannot do this if you cannot think about this if you have not practiced a lot. You cannot see this. So if you have not practiced a lot, then you will not be able to see that. So, and that is one of the things that we see. I'm not saying that because I'm not the one who teach this, who taught this one before, and I just have to. When I noticed, actually starting 2019, our licensure exam is lagging. We're not able to make it. So I just have to go back teaching reinforced concrete design, steel design. Those were the courses that I have taught before. But I don't like, it's quite, you need to do things for the students. Like, we need to solve, okay? We need to solve and ask questions from the students, and also in return, students must ask questions. They must ask questions, because if only you have done uh, truly during your asynchronous, that is 2/3. We only get 3 hours and 20 minutes for me. That's 1/3 of the entire 10 hours. So I think because my writing is just bigger, so I think it takes it's quite long for you, but it's not. It's just short. Okay, so that's what I would like to share to you. Now let's have another way to do that. Okay, another way to do it. Same problem, another way to do it. Okay? So kung kayo nag-review ngayon, still have time for Saturday. Make a good thing for that. This is your last time. Okay? That is your last time, and you can see um, the 50-50 with the 50-50 with a manuscript design project, and you're here. So I think I can be convinced if you can put something here on Saturday. I think that's why we do the review. Okay. Now there are a lot of things that you still have to do. Please do it yourself. Now, if you have questions, please ask me. I may not frequent our chat, but if it's there, I know that we have barely 1 more day. Then I'm going to look at the chat, and I can perhaps I can not perhaps, but uh, uh, reply to your questions. Okay, so solution, another method, solution. One is the same. Two may not be the same now, okay? So here we still have 287.20 kilonewton meter. Now here I would like to say determine the design moment, design moment strength of the section using Romax. Okay, using Romax. Okay, using Romax of the section using Romax. So I think you know what is our row balance, row max, row minimum. You know that, okay? So I think I have given this one to you, part of your. I have given this one to you. So it's equal to 0.003 plus Fy divided by PS then 0.008, then multiply by the row balance. But let us consider what's row balance. Row balance is equal to 0.85 multiplied by d sub 1, delta sub 1, then multiplied by F5C, Fy, multiplied by 600, then 600 plus Fy, okay, plus Fy. This design is really lengthy. So, dapat medyo matyaga ang mga kasama, medyo matyaga. Pag walang matyaga, syempre wala kang ilalaga. Okay? Ano yung ilalaga? Yung ilalaga nun, ibig sabihin, you made it. You made it. Yun ang ilalaga. Okay? So, assume ulit tayo, no? Assume ulit tayo. Assume ulit tayo dito. Assume ulit tayo na P is equal to 0.9. So, row balance, zero balance, kayo nang bahala, no? In my notes, basically, I always put them. In my notes, ginagamit, okay, sulat ko lang. In my notes, ginaganito ko pa siya. Kasi practice yan eh. Practice yan. Tapos, if prime C, 28 or 420, so 600 plus F5. So, F5 is 420. So, ginamito ko pa sa aking notebook. Okay. And purpose niyan, para lang din maano. Kasi ito lang ito ng sulat. Maalala mo yun eh. Maalala mo siya. 01, 806. Okay, then RU max. I gave this one in flexural analysis handout. Meron kayo. Then rho max is equal to 1 minus rho max ulit. Then multiplied by Fy. Then 1.7 F prime C, then multiply it with it. Okay? So, another method to do, the same problem. Same problem. So, when you do all that, hindi ko na i-process to, Then, when you do that, yung max mo, magiging 5.74 megapascals. Huwag kalimutan to baka mamaya gagawin mo itong kilonewton meter. Bawal yun. Siyempre, ibig sabihin, hindi mo alam. Pagka hindi mo alam, ibig sabihin, nangopya ka lang. Diba? Nangopya ka lang. ARU yun stress yun Diba? So, assuming 2 rows, kasi, kasi ito design hindi mo alam kung 1 row or 2 rows. Pero, sa pagkakataon na to, total, nag-example tayo. Actually, this is, as I've said, this is the final exam that I gave last time. Very few just got it. Very few. And 2 rows because, sabi ko dito assuming 2 rows because 250 mm is narrow. Okay, bakit narrow? 250 mm, I think, how many inches is that? How many inches? So, kung napansin mo, siyempre ikaw, kumbaga, natawag yan, common sense, no? Nag-fail na nga di ba? Nag-fail na nga ng tension, tapos ito 250. Kasi, di ba, 100 is equal to 4 inches, no? So, 4 mga 10 inches na po. 10 inches. So, kung nag-fail sa moment, ibig sabihin, kailangan nyo to. Di ba? So, the beam section needs another reinforcement to make this beam, this dimension safe. Kasi sabi ng architect, huwag mo nang palakihan yan. Pangit tignan sa ilalim. Wala kang magawa doon. Pag nagsabi din yung owner, gusto ko medyo manipis yan. Wala kang magawa doon. So, ang mag-iisip po niyan, civil. Okay? Ikaw yung mag-iisip. So, kanina sabi natin, tension only ay hindi pumubra sa sa solution natin muna. So, hindi siya umubra. So, ngayon, sabi natin, assuming 2 rows, because 250, which is 10 inches, might be just too narrow if you want to satisfy the safety of this section. Section pa lang ito ay ito pinag-usapan natin geometry. Di ba? Ang sabi doon, what if the owner will tell you, ang aking beam, may mga ganun eh. Kunwari, I have a design before, we usually meet in Jollibee C5 near Jollibee C5 near dito sa may malapit dito sa ano nga ba yan? White Plains, no? White Plains. Mga civil din ito eh, mga civil engineers, pero hindi sila na nagpa-practice. Marami naman mga civil na hindi nagpa-practice. But if you are the one practicing, I think it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity. But as I've said, the design is not a straightforward thing. So you need there are a lot of constraints. For example, sabi nga natin, ang sabi ng owner noon, pwede ba Engineer Alan, 200 mm lang yung ang sabi niya, 200 mm lang daw yung column. Pwede ba 200 mm lang yung column? Eh, di ba ang sabi ng NSCP natin, yung minimum na dimension ay 300. Pero binago ng 2015 ngayon, di ba? Ano ang sabi? Pwede mong gawin siguro na 200 mm yung column mo. But, you need to show it in a computation. Dapat ma-show mo sa computation na pwede po siya. Pwede siya. So, the NSCP 2015 allowed it, but the 2010 did not. Ang minimum, 300 mm. So, I said to our client, but the minimum is 300. So, they followed. Okay? Pero ngayon, mapapansin mo yung mga column, kasi gusto nila yan eh. Naka-flash. Gusto nila 200 mm, especially mga 2-story na row houses, na mga townhouses na magaganda. Gusto nila hindi nila makita yun eh, yung mga nagpo-protrude dyan. So gusto nila dito. So, kaya tayo sa civil, merong custom design. Purposely to give you an experience how to do these things. Okay? How to address constraints. So, itong ginawa natin para sa inyo ngayon, ito yung solution na I know is longer rather than the things that marami namang solution na I think I also have given a shorter lang yung solution, but I choose this because I know that you are also doing a computation. I do not know if you can make it up to Saturday, but I think I do not know if I'm going to do my checklist in sharing with you. I do not know if what are those things that I may have done so that you know more. But as far as I'm concerned, I think I have done. Okay, and we have done a lot more than during the time when I started it again in 2019. Okay, 2019 that marks our medyo nadali tayo sa licensure exam. We did not make it through the national. So I'm thinking, paano ba ang VIP graduate cannot make it through the licensure exam? Ano ba ang problema? Saan ba tayo? Ano bang problema natin? Yun eh. So if nobody will take
Sabi ko yung kwarto mo, nilinis mo yung dapat eh. Ilalim eh.
Okay. So let us solve that again. So yung D natin, I would like to note, kanina 65, ba? Ngayon D natin, bago mo sabihin yung assume assume mo yung 85 mm, okay, 85 mm. Lagay mo lang ito, huwag mong kalimutan to kasi I do not consider 85 mm as the dimension for C, CC concrete cover plus the stirrup, okay, plus the stirrup plus the PB half of that. So 85. So saan nagagaling yun? Ito yun. Yung half of that, 85. Okay? Yun 85. So 500 minus 85 is equal to, titiman natin. 85 is equal to 415. Okay? Yes. Okay, 415. And yung PMN natin, diretso ko na ha, siguro, RU, PD squared, RU to ha, RU, the R sub N. RU, iba rin yung R sub N ha, PD squared. So, lagay ko na lang. Yung RU mo na gawa na natin yan earlier, 5.74 yan, Newton, mm squared yan, no? M squared because it's megapascals, multiplied by 250, multiplied by 415. That is squared. So, if now you process that, of course, huwag mong kalimutan, okay? Erase mo na natin. Anyway, nasabi ko na naman, no? Itong sa tingin ko, yung licensure exam hindi ganito, no? Mahaba naman ito. Pero, yung sa licensure, pwede siyang gumawa dito, no? Pwede lumabas to. Okay? Pero, kung ikaw nagsusolve, diretso ka na. Itong pinapakita natin, ano to eh, this is a class. Okay? This is a class na para makita mo kung saan natin pinagkukuhan yung mga numbers. Okay? Para hindi siya maging magic na kung minsan, some of you just put it in there. And I am wondering, how did you come up with that? So, this one becomes 247. 247. Ito, 247.14 kilonewton meters. So, it's really less than 287.20 kilonewton meter. So, therefore, compression reinforcement is needed to carry the difference. Okay, it's needed. Alright, it's needed, okay? It's needed. So, ang ibig sabihin ito, doble reinforced. Ito. Okay, ulitin natin. Kanina, yung ginawa natin, ganito siya no? Yung basic na pwedeng isipin kagad ng student. Ito siya. Ang inisip ko, maiisip mo rin ba na mag-assume? Or yung iniisip ko na magko-compute ka ng A, tapos i-plug in mo dito. Pero hindi rin siya papasok, di ba? So, pinakita na natin eh. So, 227 siya, 287. So, hindi siya pasok. So, even na we make it ito, ginawa nating 4 pa yun sa bottom bar. So, yun yung ibig sabihin, mga kasama, no? Yun ang ibig sabihin niya. So, even we made it 4, hindi pa rin siya pumasok eh. So, ang ibig lang sabihin nun, ito very reinforced. Okay, ngayon, ito din, sino bang mag-isip niyan? Malapit, please.
Sir, pwede po ba magdagdag na, gawing 5-32 diameter dyan, sir? O 6-32 diameter? Sa singly po.
Hindi rin siya papasok. Tignan mo I'll give you the situation. Di ba ginawa na natin 4? Di ba? That is your question? Di ba? Tama? Malapit?
Opo, sir.
Gagawin mong fix ba to?
Opo, sir.
So what will happen? Na-compute mo na ba? Kung po pwede?
Hindi, computing ko na lang po, sir. Baka po hindi rin talaga
Sige,
papasok.
that's a good question, no? That's a good question.
Okay po, sir.
Pero, yeah, come to think of it. Alam ko na. ang problema natin, that's a very good question, Malati That's a very good question. Ito kasi 250 lang eh. Eh ngayon kung magdagdag ka, tingnan mo, Malati. Kung magdagdag ka, kunwari kasi yung una natin, singly reinforce eh. Now, if you are going to make it 6, baka hindi napasok siya sa minimum dito. Di ba may minimum tayo dito na spacing? Di ba? So, isa yan sa constraint natin. Okay, Malate, did you do that? Can you get that?
Okay po, sir. Gets po.
Yeah.
Thank you po.
So, that's a very good question. No, that's a very good question because I choose this example because if I'm going to give this, actually, it's a part of my exam. Supposedly, what I'm thinking now, if I could give this, will you be able to make it? Will you be able to keep? Will you be able to solve that? So it's always a process of asking self from the faculty, are my students going to get that? But giving all those odds, no, those are odds na hindi na makukuha ng estudyante. So paano pa yung gagawin? Paano yung gagawin? Kagaya nito, no, itong problem na to, simple lang naman ito eh. No? Simple lang naman ito eh. Ang kailangan mo lang ay huwag mong kalimutan Siguro maganda rin sa inyo pag nagko-compile kayo ng mga pa-exam eh. Mga pa-exams natin. Huwag mo lang siguro i-share. Huwag i-share. Dali meron akong iniisip na bagay, no? Kasi pagka sinabi namang compression, alam mo na kung paano galawin, no? Meron na akong isi-share. I have compiled all the questionnaires and the solutions that I gave to you. Ang question kasi ni meron tayo dyan at least 40 mm. Tapos ito is the sorry, I have not memorized it, but I have that one in my notes. I also gave that ng konkreto, biggest diameter of pang-compact, no? Concrete compactor, then dapat makapasok din yung bar diameter niya. Meron pang isa. Okay. And the aggregate that you use. Okay. Kunwari, 19 mm. So, max of that. Okay, max of that. Tingnan mo, I stand to be corrected. Please check. And isa dito ay yung bar diameter, ito yung biggest at saka yung aggregate. Dapat makapasok pa dito. So these are the techniques that are always, yun ang isipin mo, no? Kaya kung minsan baka inisip nyo na correct kayo, but I made it wrong. I made it wrong because una, hindi po siya pumasok dito sa specifications na ganito. Sa geometry ko yung kanyang spacing dito. Okay? So if indeed you are going to make this one 6, surely, I think lalaki siya dito. Pero, you will defeat yung specifications dito. Okay? So, anong pwedeng gawin? Ang pwedeng gawin, pwede sigurong gawin, 3, pwede mong gawin, magtuto ka, magkagawa ka ng dalawang layer dito. So, yung dalawang layer yung
So, pa kaya bukas?
So, ang solution ko ay,
So, pa kaya bukas?
ang solution sa problem na ito, aralin nyo aralin ko, okay? Hindi ko na didiretsuhin, okay? Hindi ko na didiretsuhin. Ang solution po niyan, pero anyway, nag-initiate na tayo. Ang solution po niyan ay beam, doubly reinforced. Okay, doubly reinforced. So, kasi kagaya nung kagaya nung midterm natin, ang binigay ko ay yung midterm natin na quiz, is here. Okay, I check this one. Okay, dali lang midterm quiz. Midterm quiz. Okay, midterm quiz number 1. Okay, dali lang I just relate to you. I just relate. I think makikita rin naman ninyo yung inyong answer. Okay. Yung inyong pala ito makita ba niyo? Okay, kasi nakaano ko. Midterm quiz 1, 10, 16, 20, 21. Okay? Yung midterm quiz 10, 16, 20, 21. Ang number 1 na binigay ko, continuous dilim. Okay? Tapos ang ask ko, locate count of points. Okay? Yun yung ito, bago tayo we are on the development plan by cut of splicing. We talk about that. And I said, I would like to please study white. Okay? Tanggalin ko muna to, parang hindi niyo makikita kasi palitan ko yung background. Ang BBB, kasi BBB is now incorporating this. Kasi dati wala, Kasi ang TIP ay attempt to get other software, to get other app na okay, na pero siguro nagaling natin. Nagaling pa na niya.
Masarap, meron pa?
Share to you kasi we are reviewing. Share. Okay, I think that's good. Ito ay midterm quiz number 1. Barely have hindi nakuha din 80% ko yung question number 1 dito Tapos ito, diniscuss ko rin Diniscuss ko to di ba? I-discuss ko to. I think I also gave this one. Diniscuss natin to Pero, just like this, now when we discussed, tapos, dinamig ko, para sa tingin ko kung nakuha ng student. Hindi rin nakuha. So, parang nagkaroon din kami ng connection ni Engineer Bernardo, our examiner. Sabi nga ni Engineer Bernardo, kasi although lahat po tayo gusto natin maka 100% ng licensure, sabi nga natin, bumagsak ka ng ilang beses dito sa PIP. Sana magawa mo yung sa PRC. Kasi yun na yung pinaka-last So failure doesn't mean end of the world. I think failure means a lot to us. It's an awakening. It's something to check yourself. Para yatang may problema ba ako or ano bang may problema. If other students made it, I think I do not know if there's something wrong with the way we are doing these things, because in the way we ask questions and true enough, some of you, but others are not. But notice that Engineer Bernardo said during our meeting sa PRC na ang mga review center daw ay kinukuha nila yung mga dati pang for exam. Lahat yun. So, hindi, nakukuha lahat yun. Pero sabi niya, kahit inulit pa nila ng bigay, ay hindi pa rin nakukuha. So, anong question? You do not pay attention to that. So, pay attention kung kunwari kagaya nito, compression reinforced is needed, paano gagawin? So, alam niyo sana kung paano gagawin yan, kung paano siya computed. So, pagka kinukompute mo yan, drawing ko lang. I think this one can help para sa, instead have 9 minutes. 9 minutes will do. I'm going to draw this for you. Tapos, huwag ninyong kalimutan, yung napakaganda ng tanong ni Malate, bakit kung gagawin kong 6? Kung 6, sa tingin ko, lalaki yung kanyang ends of end, yung kanyang design moment. But what about the specification for the distances between the rebars? You have to take note of that in the design. Kasi pag actual yan, baka yung pang-compact ng ay hindi makakapasok dyan. So, hindi mo mapakompact. Magkakaroon po ng ampaw sa loob. And, delikado po sa reinforced concrete yun. Pagka nagkaroon ng earthquake, 100% pagka hindi mo siya na-vibrate ng mabuti, hindi siya na-compact ng mabuti, babagsak po yun din. So, that's a very good example because that leads us to another aspect of the design. And that you have to take note of the specifications. And that is why I asked you many times. I think I didn't have that to tell you, okay, you have to submit it. But basically, for the slab, I said submit it. Ano yung mga specification para sa pag-design ng slab? Ano yung mga requirements nun? Ano yung kanyang concrete cover? Ano yung kanyang minimum rainfall? Pag nag-design ka naman ng two-way, ano yung mga specifications nun na dapat kasama siya sa design? Okay? Now, it cannot be too much with if you have time, use your asynchronous time, use that money, regard time as money. You invest that money in doing examples in our book. Just, it's not, it's, I would like to be transparent that I just got it from there. Okay, I just got it from there. Okay, I may not do it verbatim, but I just get it all from there. Okay, so let me have this. Okay, I'm going to draw this one to you. I think I can do that one. Okay, this is your beam. Okay, and let me draw the concept for what? Concept for
Ngeta talaga! Binibigyan ka.
okay. Ito, dapat ma-master din ninyo. Okay, ma-master din ninyo yan para alam mo, maaari. Ito yung ease of view, di ba? Ease of view yan, 0.003. Ito yung ease of S. Ito yung sa steel eh. Ano naman to? Concrete din yan, pero nasa bottom in eh. Diba sabihin natin sa tension part. No? Ito yung strain na ginagamit natin pag chine-check mo na anong tawag yan. Kung diba meron tayong F sub S FP, F bottom, no? Yung FR, yung rupture, dito natin kinukuha yan sa rupture. Dito kinukuha yung strain ng konkreto dito. Okay. Don't forget that. So, ito, 0.85 F and C. Ito naman ay C uli yan. Susulat ko lang ulit. Tapos, drawing tayo ulit. Dito. So, ito ay drawing natin ulit. Ang pinag-usapan natin ay sa compression. So, meron tayong ito yung bakal, no? Ito yung bakal. Ito yung bakal. Ito ay A prime S. Naman ay A sub S. So, so, ito ay A, hanggang dyan. Ito ay C. Okay, C to ha. C hanggang dito. Dyan. C po yan. C. Then ito ay, pag dito tayo, ito ay A, S1. Okay? Then ito ay A divided by 2. Ito naman ay D, di ba? D. D yan. Tapos ito naman ay, yung Z na to, itong lever arm ay D minus A over 2. Ito naman ay tension, okay? So how do we do then? Okay, how do we do then? Yung AS na to, dito ko to siya ilagay ha. Yung AS na to, ito naman ay sabihin natin, yan po ay D prime. D prime yan. Tapos ito naman, kung manggagaling dito yung D, of course, ito ay D minus D prime. Tama ba yun? So, ito naman, may persa tayo dito. Ito ay, sabihin natin, C sub S, and that is equal to A prime S of Fy, and this one is T sub 2. Itong may T tayo ulit dito, okay? T, from the point of view of the, kasi di ba sabi natin, compression reinforcement is needed to supply the remaining, okay, the balance force na kulang sa from 287. So dito meron kang T2 is equal to 8 AS2 Fy. Okay? So, yung T natin, AS1 yan. So, alright. So, you have T earlier. So, C sub S. So, sulat ko lang yung mga ano ha. So, AS, ano ba yung sagot? MU, AS1. Okay, AS1. 2 minutes. So, you have to compute for AS1. AS1, ano ba to? Area of steel due to singly reinforced. And M1 is moment, okay, due to singly reinforced ulit. Okay, by one, ano? To singly reinforce complete. Then that is equal to, ano bang equal nito? That is equal to actual PMU. Okay, PMU. Okay. You know what? This one is Ramali. Okay, Ramali. PMN. Okay, so MU2. So dapat ma-understand din itong mga to. MU2 is equal to MU minus MU1. Ano ba yung MU natin? Anyway, ginawa na natin ito last time. Okay, and we're just reviewing now. MU. So, ano po ito? Ay 287.20 minus 2%. Ito yung actual. Okay, 2.11.14. So, you end up having 40.06 kilonewton meter. Okay, so if you have question, please ask. This one is equal to rho max. Okay, rho max multiplied by dB. That is equal to 0.0. Na-compute natin yung rho max, diba? 0.01806 multiplied by 250 multiplied by 415. So that is now equal to 1,873.73 mm squared. Now, okay, konti na lang ha, konti na lang. If you have something to do, you can leave, okay, because it's already 4:31. You can leave, and for those who do not have something to do, it's alright. We just finish this one so that I think that can help you. Okay. So number 3. Now calculate now. Calculate AS2. Okay, yung AS2, ito yun eh. Tulikan natin. Ito yung AS2. Kaya ito yung AS2. Ito yun. Ito yung AS2. Ito po yung AS2. Now, you can imagine how Grammarly program globally the computer. You can see I cannot anymore write here because right now Grammarly is checking my grammar. Oh, this one is AS2, okay? That one is AS2, okay? Because this one is AS1, okay? This one is from the basic original section. Now we have to have another like this. Okay? Like this to complement. Okay, to complement when it is doubly reinforced. Okay, so we cannot do away with that because we started here. Okay, so AS1, A sub 2, then you have to define. Okay, so AS2 is equal to and AS, okay, and AS, okay. Dito tayo tumagal dahil dito. Sandali ha. I simply cannot try. AS2, parang gusto ko yung sabihin na sige, kaya na lang eh, no? Pero nabasa na tayo eh. Basahin na lang natin ng konti. Okay? Due to MU2. Okay, due to MU2. Ito po yung MU2 natin. Yung MU2, ito po yung, this is your balance moment. Okay, that is your balance moment. Okay? That is your balance moment. MU2 is equal to P AS2 Fy D minus D prime. Nobody got this problem, basically. So I said that, but I said, I think it's just a doubly reinforced, but I think you have not decided, I would say. So 40.06 times 10 to the 6 is equal to 0.90. Then AS2, then 420, then of course, what is A? It's 415 minus 60. Now, what if this one is not even? I would like you to say, assume that, okay? Assume that as, assume this. Assume, okay? D prime is equal to 65. Please put that one, because when you do that, when you have not put that one there, I may not check you, okay? I may not check you because, for one, you do not have that number. Because I know that if you are the one doing the solution, you can say this. So I intentionally don't put it right away because I want to make an emphasis on that. Okay, please put that one before you even have to write this. Okay, so AS2, you get your AS2 here. You look at the way they solve it, okay? But I think it just amounts to the same number, okay? The same number, okay? It was just the same. So if this kind of solution is okay with you, then you can adapt that. If I'm going to give you two-way, doubly reinforced. Now, you try to time yourself. You try to time yourself doing this because this one is just repetitive. How long will it take you to do the computation in the calculator? And in that, what if this one is given during the licensure exam? This one is given in the licensure exam. Okay, so AS2 is 2298. So we have 36 more than, okay, I think, I think I have to skip. 298, 0.53, 0.53, 0.53. Then that one is m squared. Then, ito na ngayon yung AS natin. Okay, as I've said, for those who have, for those who just came in, check attendance already. Okay, I've checked your attendance already. Okay, so AS now. This one is AS. Okay, so total. This one is your total. Total AS now is equal to AS1 plus AS2. So what is that? So 1873.73 plus 298. Ito po yun. Okay? Medyo na kayo di ko panalo itong Grammarly, okay? We go on Grammarly. And lahat ng ganyan ay 0.26. So, check mo to, sir, kung compression steel yields. So, siguro, yan ko na dito, no? Yan ko na dito. Check compression steel, okay? Check compression steel yields. Okay? Meron tayong example nito doon may example po tayo nito doon sa binigay ko na handout. Okay? Meron tayong example nito. Okay, P minus prime is equal to P1, then 0.85 D sub 1, then F prime C, then F prime C to then Fy, sinira, ano yung writing ko, then D prime, D, then 600. So practice kayo you can imagine kung lalabasan kayo ng ganito, di ba? Di mo na kagad makuha, di ba? What if hindi ito? What if torsion? What if other? So isipin na ninyo, no? So your exam is on Tuesday, 0.0232 to 0.0232. Then itong P minus P prime is equal to 0.01806. Then 0.02, ito yung gusto kong ipakita sa inyo. Sabi dito, therefore, compression, ganyan natin kung alam niyo ito, steel does not yield. Sino pwede magsalita sa inyo na bakit ito ay compression steel does not yield? Sino kaya ang marunong? Anybody? Anybody na pwedeng magsalita? Wala na? So, marami na tayong wala. Pero sabihin ko sa inyo, for those who are, ang ibig lang sabihin nito, meron ba? Anybody who can say? Maybe, si ano na lang, siguro. Si Oblioska, what can you say when we say compression steel does not yield? Anong ibig sabihin? You can say it in Tagalog if you like. Oblioska, are you there? Oblioska, I think wala na naman si Oblioska. Okay, anyway. So, anybody, sino nakakaalam? Sa report, alam mo ba kung bakit sinabi natin na compression steel does not yield? What do you think is the reason? Anong ibig sabihin doon? Anong ibig sabihin ng compression steel does not yield? Alam, sa report, maybe you would like to say, you share to other people. For those who have something to do, it's okay. No, for those who have not, you can stay, no problem. Okay? I'm still, I'm also using my time. But we are behind, I know. But it's our review, so that's why we do this. We may not be able to. Uh, uh, I'm giving you in time to do your manuscript until you're going to submit that one on 5:30 of not anymore, no, because we have extended that one on 5:30 of 5:30 of I will not be giving you another thing. I think I just have I think I have given you one already in homework that will do. I just would like you to I just would like you to concentrate, focus on your preparation for this in your manuscript because they are essential. Manuscript can be 50% for the major exam because Jed has given more weight on the preparation for the. That's why you have 6 hours. Okay. So anybody who can say, Abad, maybe you would like to know. Obvious, say obvious, yeah, please. What is the reason you just say compression still does not yield?
Yung computed FS niya, sir, is hindi umabot sa FY, sir. The given FY. Tsaka yung raw max niya, ay yung computed raw, sir, is hindi umabot dun sa sa raw balancer. Yun lang po.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, actually, ang ibig sabihin nito, yeah, tamang sinabi ni kunwari ito yung mo, yung steel mo. Yung steel mo, di ba? Ito, may FY siya na 420. Binatak mo ito, kunwari sa construction, di ba meron tayong steel construction lab? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Obvious. Okay? So, dapat ma-understand, nung ito ay binatak mo, ito ay nag-elongate pa, no? Nag-elongate pa yung material beyond its capacity. Yun yung nag-yield. Okay? Yung does not yield, ibig sabihin, bumigay na ito, ito di ba may sinasabi tayong necking dito, bumigay na to, hindi niya naabot yung 0.0236. So, ang ibig sabihin niyan, especially pag naggagawa tayo ng strain, sabari, papagawin ko kayo ng strain, yung strain, i-compare mo yung strain sa E sub y. So, para masabi mo na ito ay tension controlled or transition or compression controlled. So, yun po yun, okay? So, yun lang naman na sa tingin ko, sa pag-check po ay hindi po ninyo nagawa. 95 to 99% ay hindi po nagawa yun. So, yung bagay na yun ay napaka-importante na nakita ko na parang wala pa kayo natutunan sa akin. Hindi naman lahat. Other people like obvious now yung Romax mo is also a function of raw balance. Diba? So it's also a function of raw balance. And if you are going to compare that, because we are doing this one, okay? We are doing that. So ito hindi ito minus hindi ito minus hindi po ito minus Ang sabi niya P dash P sub prime. Yung ginagawa po niya na ito po yung sinusot mo. Okay, ito po yan. Baka malito pa kayo, baka akala ko minus. So ngayon, calculate na po natin yung S of S. Calculate na natin yung S of S. S of S. For a while. A sub S mo, calculate A sub S. Pag nag-calculate ka ng A sub S, so, ika-compute mo muna to. Then, compute mo ulit ito, yung C. Tapos, F prime of S ka, mga kasama, no? So, F prime of S mo, ito yung sinabi ni, ni Obvious, baka. So, ngayon, kasi hindi siya umabot F of S ang gagamitin mo. Okay, yun ang sinabi ni Obvious. So, ito po yung gagamitin natin. Then, sabi ni Obvious, no? Okay, sandali. Sabi ni Obias, hindi po niya inabot yung max, yung para talaga doon sa material. So kung hindi niya inabot, itong gamitin natin. So C minus D prime, okay, then divided by C, then kayo nang bahala doon na ibig sabihin, pag binigay ko sa iyo ito ulit, pag hindi niyo nakuha, ibig sabihin wala ka ngayon. Wala ka ngayon na mag-discuss tayo. Okay? So, ang ibig lang niyang sabihin, it's a bonus, okay? If I'm going to give you 4 problems, and if I'm going to give, actually, it's a part of your, I have prepared your final exam already, and it's part of the final exam, because all the while, when I give you your exam, I already have of course, the answer key to that. But of course, as I've said, when some of you are asking me to please, my also saying is that please solve it, and I'm going to guide you through discussions and discuss question. Just like just asking question, ano ba gagamitin natin na rock? Yung mga ganong klase. No? Ibig sabihin, dinalaw mo, tapos ano ba talaga dito? Nang ngayon, kung hindi magawa, I think it's just okay, no? So yung A prime S mo, sir, ito po. Yeah. A prime S mo, ay ito po. AS2, ganun mo na. AS2, pwedeng ganito mo gagalawin, okay? Turo ko lang. Or, pwede rin ganito. Pwedeng ganito, calculate or calculate, pwedeng ganito rin na. Kung nabasa na tayo, basahin na lang natin lahat, no? If prime is from, ganito po. Marami pa po tayong mga solution, pero nakita ko, kung T-beam, medyo titignan ko rin, almost pareho lang din sila, so titignan mo yung, ano ba yung kanyang flange, kung T-beam. So, I think, yun lang, kung torsion, madali lang yung torsion kasi may procedure tayo Susundan mo lang yung procedure na ginawa ko na binigay ko sa inyo. I think presto, masusolve mo. Nang binigay ko siya sa finals, I think 90% na estudyante nakuha niya. Pero kaya hindi na ako nagbigay ng torsion. Okay? So hindi na tayo nagbigay. Nagbigay ako ng mga ganito na medyo mag-iisip lang yung estudyante ng konti. So pwede mong gawin dito, sir. MU2 is equal to P, F prime is, then gamitin natin ulit yung sinabi ni Obian. No? Then D minus D prime. So, pag lumabas yung sagot dyan, ito, MU2 meron tayo yan Ito meron din. Ito po ay gawin mong unknown. And ito, given naman, ayan yung prime subs. So, makukuha na po yung, so, don't forget mga kasama, pag sinabi natin i-detail mo, paki-detail po sandali So, number 6, choose steel bars, okay? Choose steel bars. Anong gagamitin mo? 32 ba? Whatever. Tapos, bigyan mo na rin yung number niyan kung ano pa mga numbers niyan. Then, number 7, paki-drawing po. Paki-drawing po kung ano to, ano yan. Pakilagay mo po, kunwari, okay, hindi ko na ilalagay kung ilan yan. Pakilagay po. Pakilagay. Okay? Alright? So, I think, for those who stayed, I hope that you are prepared. Okay, you are prepared for our exam. Okay, I hope you are prepared. And I think I do not know anymore what to do if ever something else happened. But we are reaching out so much, and that malapit please.
Sir, yung A prime S po, yan na po yung yung final answer po sa
Yes, para dito sa taas. Final answer to.
Okay po, sir.
Tapos yung A is dito, ito yung A is 1 mo. Ito. Okay? Mo? Ito yung A is 1 mo. Ito yun, no?
Sir, bali, dalawa po yung magiging sagot.
Yan, yung dalawa. Yan. Ito po, ito yung total ES mo. Itong yung 2172 obvious, ito yung nasa bottom. Ito yung AS1, ha? Ito yung AS. Kasi dalawa AS at saka A prime S. Ito yung AS. Okay? So, 2172. Then, ito naman yung A prime S.
Tama po ba, sir? 340 yung sagot po dyan. Ang dami na compute ko po.
Saan sa tension na. Pag nag-detail kayo, hindi ganito yung pag-detail Ang sabi natin dito, wag mong kalimutan mga kasama. No? So, kung 3 hours, kung ito, kabisado mo, siguro magagawa mo siya 30 minutes kasi alam mo na paano gagawin eh. Diba? Siyempre kung mag-iisip ka pa, kunwari, kaya nga tayo nag-prepare because we want to speed up during the exam. Hindi naman, kung sa exam doon ka palang mag-iisip ng something na out of this world na hindi mo pa nakikita, siyempre hindi mo makukuha yun, 100%. Hindi mo siya makukuha. Sino ba naman ang makakakuha ng mga bagay-bagay na hindi mo siya nadaanan? Ang tawag doon, pwede mo siyang matsambahan, especially for multiple choice. Pero dito, hindi mo siya matsambahan sa atin kasi may solution eh. So, ang gagawin ko lang naman titignan ko dito, kung tama ito, 2172, kunwari ganyan. Siyempre, ikaw po, di ba? Kaya kung alam kong correct, na nagawa mo, babalikan ko to.
I'm sorry, but I can't help with that yet.
Yeah, I'm not asking you. Okay. Ito. So, how do I check? Titingnan ko to sa sagot ko. Pag correct, i-check ko dito kung paano mo ginawa. Siyempre, kung wrong ka dito, siyempre naman wrong na yun. Di ba? Wrong na. Kunwari, ang sagot mo dito, 1,500. Masyadong mataya. Siguro kung mga 2,102 or something, medyo malapit. So, check lang dito. Ano lang po ang pag-check mga kasama. Baka magtaka kayo na ang makasyaro kayo. Ganun po yung pag-check ko. I'll repeat. How do I check your word? I'll check the answer. Say for example, kagaya nito, no? Kagaya nito, ito yung ating, ito, no? Midterm fields, na-check ko na to, no? Midterm fields 1016. Ang tanong dito, locate the bar cut-off points. Ito po na problem ay nasa white po ito eh. Kinuha ko lang ito sa white. So, may 6 steps. Tignan mo muna yung structural integrity. Pag hindi mo pa siya na, ito po, gusto kong ipakita sa inyo na, ito baka magtaka kayo ba, na some of you are 0, midterm quiz number 1, 10, 16, 20, 21. Okay? This problem, I got this from white. Okay? Please check. Okay? So ako, sinishare ko sa inyo para at the end of the semester, walang something, hindi kayo maano sa akin na if you did not make it, I'm also saying, I'm not thinking, kaya nga nagagawa tayo ng mga pamamaraan na kung paano tayo makakatulong tayo. We extend time. That's my time, not your time. Kaya nga sinabi ko kanina, kung sino man ang sa inyo na gusto nang umalis, please go. Okay, kasi tapos na po tayo. Hanggang, theoretically, hanggang 4:30 na po tayo. Okay, 4:30 na po tayo. Now, for some students who still want to know, who still want to check and verify, you can stay. Okay, and for those who are just coming in, it's up to you. No? So, ito po yung sinasabi natin. So, we did a lot. Okay, we did a lot for you. And that is what I just get it from example 8.5. Okay, so how do I check? I check also this one based on that. Because when you say look at the bar cut-off point, so tapos na tayo dito nagtanong na sila malate at saka sa obvious. Now I also go to development length, and so on and so forth. So tapusin ko na dito unless na may tanong kayo sa akin doon sa chat that I'm going to say. Now, if for example you want review session, sabihin nyo sa akin ng maaga para makapagawa ko ng conference dito. And I can just use something to you and ask me questions about, I do not know, no? Kung ano yung questions ninyo. Pero ang exam lang natin ay beams lang, beams, columns, and and slab. And slab. Okay? Yun lang naman, no? So, yung isa na binigay ko na number 1 of the 4 problems ay binigay ko na dito. Ito po yun. Ito po yun. So, inanong ko lang kasi wala nakakuha niyan. So, I take note of all those things that I have given you and also think how we can make these things effective so that students can learn. Now, I hope na gumawa rin kayo, no? Gawa rin kayo ng sa inyo. Gawin lang inyong mga examples kasi dyan lang naman ako kumukuha eh. Dyan lang ako dyan lang ako kumukuha. Dyan lang po tayo kumukuha. Or maybe other books, but maybe other books. Hindi mo pa rin masasabi na ano ba yun? Ano ba yun? Ang lahat naman ng pagkakataon, konsepto lang naman. Kagaya ng tanong ni Malak, na napakagandang tanong, nasa natin niya, bakit kung 6 ang ilalagay natin? Ang magiging constraint nun ay yung geometry mo naman. Ay 250 lang naman eh. So, you are constrained to make it double yung ano mo, double yung prepare mo sa ilagay. Hindi mo na pwedeng pagkasihin yung 6, especially sa disability. Kasi yung kanyang vibrator hindi na makakalusot. Yung ginamit mo na aggregate ay hindi na makakalusot. So, again, panawagan ko lang sa inyo, whatever happens here, I think we have numbers and that I'm checking past can see there are 59 of you and even pala na get your info ng araw-araw wala namang problema, but the danger is that anong gagamitin? So, paano na kayo doon? Paano na kayo? Okay, so yung mga bagay na yon hindi naman siya straightforward eh. So, unless na nagsosolve ka, makikita hindi lang ito dito mga kasama. Kahit hindi siya ganito, nagkataon na ganito siya, kahit very obvious na tension alone, tension only, hindi mo naman alam na yung P niya 0.90. So, wag mong kalimutan i-check, i-verify yung fee. Tapos magsasabi ka dito sa ilalim na sasabihin mo na ganito na it is compression steel does not yield. Tension steel yields. Tension steel does not yield. Sasabihin mo yung ganun. Kasi para alam mo na kung ano yung pinag-uusapan natin. Okay? So, you can ask me in the chat. I will not, I think, trouble you anymore. Let me, in coming Thursday, I would like to focus on your manuscript. Please do that. The level still salvate up to now. Please do it. And on Tuesday, we're going to have our final exam. Okay? So I will not be giving you. It suffices to me that we have quiz number 1, and I think a homework. I think it's okay with me, and also the manuscript. Okay, so thank you. Malapit. Yeah, you have question?
Sir, pwede po ba makahingi ng extra time po sa final exam po, just in case na for solution po, ganon? Additional time, sir, for
So,
solution, sir.
So, actually, the time that I place here is from 1:30 to 4:30, and that's for province. So, what is your suggestion?
Pwede
Yeah.
sir, hanggang 5:30, sir.
It's okay with me, no problem. Everything that you think you can, everything that I know I can give, I'll give it to you, so that at the end of the semester, I'm pretty checking your work, and that it's not hindi mo no? Hindi po pwede dito kasi nga unang-una nagkalipin po tayo sa licensure exam. Kawawa po tayo pagka nobody will do that fun for us. And ganin yung pigilan. Kasi yun ang panahon na lang naman graduate na kayo.